And I think it might be helpful for us to jump into some more details about how people can access these resources and what kind of businesses you've worked with, and how the resources available to women entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs in the state and beyond, where do they go to kind of take the next step. So I'd love to go back to Veronica and have you talk a little bit more about woman-led certifications and how do they work?
Thank you. Yeah, so we are part of the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, or what they call WeBank, where we allow or help rather guide women through the process of becoming women certified businesses. And so how this can be an opportunity is, we have Fortune 500 companies who are in line to want to contract with women-owned businesses to give them an opportunity for business growth. So it is, a lengthy process, a lot of paperwork involved, but we do have a dedicated team within CWE to help guide someone through it. So I invite anybody who's interested to let me know if they're interested, and happy to give them more pointers. It could be a 90-day process approximately. And now, of course, virtual makes it a little bit more difficult. It used to be that we used to go and visit the business in person and certify that, in fact, the business is operated by women. Now, of course, everything has to be done virtually. But yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity for folks. We provide networking opportunities for them to get to know the companies that are involved with the program and be able to take advantage of some of the contract opportunities available.
I think Diane and Josh, I'd love to hear more about SBDC, how you select who to work with or how they find you, and talk a little bit more about your specific research with the SBDC, how it relates to the whole ecosystem here in Rhode Island for entrepreneurs and businesses.
I can share a little bit about how you get involved with us. Some of you may know the SBDCs are our national network. So there are SBDCs in every state. As Josh said, he worked in Louisiana for our SBDC down there. So it's a fantastic network of resources, and we communicate with our colleagues all the time. But to get involved, and you can do this, we serve everybody. So no matter what stage business you're at, if you have a seed of an idea, if you have a mature business, if you're looking to sell your business, we can help with everything. We have a staff of 5 full-time counselors. Josh is one of those. And we also have, well, right now, because we have additional funding, we have a team of about 10 extra specialized consultants. So we have people that, specialize in restaurant industry, we have HR services. We have a free legal clinic that we offer once a month with 3 fantastic attorneys that you can register for. So we have a ton of services. I guess our core service is the one-on-one confidential consulting. So if you want to access that, all you have to do is go to our website, and I know Janice put up the link, and register. It's a very brief form. Again, everything is confidential. And when you do that, we see it on our end, and we'll assign a counselor to work with you, and they'll get in touch with you usually within 24 hours. We have a fantastic staff. They're really, really accomplished. And I think that you'll, find the services to be, really great. I started out as a client also, like Lisa said, with SCORE, which is one of our SBA partners. I had a public relations business in Massachusetts in the Boston area, and my counsel was fantastic. And that's kind of how I got involved with the organization. Josh, you want to share a little bit, maybe how the counseling process works?
Sure, yeah, thanks. And I think I should say first that, it's great to have Lisa and Veronica here because, we're part of this SBA network of resource partners. And so you might hear that it sounds like, we do similar things, and we do. And we often work, with clients who work with both SCORE and CWE and SBDC, and that is totally fine. Take advantage of all the resources that are available for you. So to talk about, what counseling kind of looks like, we do have webinars on our website as well, live and recorded ones. But the counseling side of things, as Diane mentioned, you can register on our website. It's always free and confidential. You'll get connected to one of our staff members at that point. And usually you'll do a first session where it's just maybe about an hour long, and we'll kind of go in depth about you and your business and what you're up to and what challenges you're facing, what opportunities you're looking to take advantage of, just sort of getting to know each other. And then from that, we identify areas that you want to work on together. So sometimes it's a hybrid of counseling, coaching, consulting. It's sort of it fits the need of whoever comes to us. So occasionally it's just I have a few questions, I need some answers, I need be pointed to some resources. I need to help put together a business plan or financial projections or a loan package or something like that. I'm new at this, I'm starting, and I want to learn about sales and marketing strategies. So it really is a hybrid and really flexible to what you do. And then the way we work is generally kind of I call it like a sweat equity model. It's always free and it's always confidential. And so we're going to work hard for you, and we want you to kind of work hard right alongside with us. So you'll do some things, we'll do some things, and help you achieve your goals.
Yeah, and I see some comments here from Toonie and Megan, who are both shouting you out, Josh, and saying that you're great to work with. And I would like to say that I also had reached out to SBDC for my own company to get some advice, and have been working with Josh, and personally think that it's a great service. Josh, from my perspective, I've never kind of built out my financials properly, and just thinking through the numbers is really important, I think, for any business owner that wants to grow and succeed here in Rhode Island and beyond. And so Josh and other consultants through the SBDC are truly valuable to our ecosystem. Thanks, Josh. And I'd love to jump to Lisa now as well to talk a little bit more about SCORE. And I've also been matched with a SCORE mentor, so that's also another free resource for entrepreneurs that I think is really valuable, as well as the networking that you do, Lisa. So would love to hear more from your perspective, the type of businesses you've helped and how SCORE works.
Yes, and as Josh mentioned as well, and we do have a great partnership with all the organizations. We're all supported by SBA, so we work together as a team. And Josh and Diane, I'll be reaching out to you soon about another program we're working on, so watch your email. But it's a great partnership, so we're here to help. And what's wonderful is they're very passionate. The mentorship program is very similar to what Josh is saying, and as you're experiencing, Janice, where we do offer that one-on-one consulting services. Personally, I help out from an HR perspective because my background's in HR. I'm a subject matter expert, and I work on a committee chair for educational committees or for educational programs. So when it comes to one-on-one mentorship, I as a subject matter expert, we are able to tap into resources all around the country. So we have a SCORE program now. So if we don't have the resources, we'll tap into the region and district, and then beyond throughout the United States. The educational programs, I think specifically, we just recently, Janice, you and I met through some of that. We have the Women's Small Business Summit annually, in a program that we're running for networking. And most recently, I started a women networking group, which Janice and I met at. So that's hosted every second Thursday of the month. Not the easiest for me to say. For some reason, I want to say Tuesday, but it's a Thursday. So the next one is December 10th. We welcome men, and hopefully have more men joining us as well that support women entrepreneurs. But it's a great opportunity. It's just, we have supported by SCORE. So we mentioned SCORE and all the other resources out there for everybody. And then it's just pure networking. It's a happy hour. So it's all just women breaking out into rooms and talking. So you're welcome to join us.
Yeah, I think it's really great that there are all these free resources available to help support entrepreneurs in our ecosystem here and beyond. And also training. I see, the Rhode Island SBDC does webinars, and, the Center for Women Enterprise will, really focused on helping businesses grow. And speaking of businesses and nonprofits as well, I think there are a number of nonprofit organizations here. And I'd love to hear from Larry a little bit more about getting grants and getting funding. And that's, I think, something that a lot of entrepreneurs kind of ask themselves: how do I get started, or how do I keep myself going and not have to shut down because I don't have the dollars in the door? Larry, can you talk a little bit more about grants?
And I'm happy to share some of the opportunities and processes at United Way, but I'd also share that, every funder is a little different. And so, when you've seen one funder, you've seen one funder. And even if we have an RFP based model or have a rolling deadline or application deadline, each funder has different criteria, different opportunities, and so it really takes some navigating the landscape of understanding who's funding in an area that matches with your focus and priorities, or the type of model that you're trying to implement. And so at United Way, we've, for the past 4 to 5 years, have been prioritizing supporting work in areas of housing, education, workforce development, financial stability, health, and out of school time learning. And the majority of our funding has been awarded through a competitive RFP process, with the launch of the application announced and then information sessions held, either a single stage or dual stage application where you either provide a letter of intent and then it's evaluated and a request is advanced or not. We are in the process of preparing to launch our new strategic plan, which we're all very excited about, and it's a for community by community plan, which really centers racial equity in all of our work and how we're funding initiatives, supporting communities, how we're functioning internally as well. And so, racial equity, supporting women and minority-owned businesses and nonprofits and communities that face the greatest barriers to opportunity, those are things that will be very prominent in our work going forward. And that builds on some of the work that we've been doing over the past year or two. So equity is not new to United Way, but I think the conversation around supporting women entrepreneurship and ensuring that there are resources for women-owned business enterprises is something that will continue to be to emerge as a priority in how we're supporting the community. In addition to RFP-based grant making, we also do provide professional development opportunities for nonprofit leaders. And so we have, for the past 4 years, convened an executive director learning circle, which is facilitated by a consultant who's a former senior leader in the nonprofit community and identifies topics of interest to the cohort of executive leadership, and really over the course of 10 months does a deep dive in anything from financial planning to sustainability and succession planning, and helping to increase the resilience of our nonprofit sector by working directly in a group setting and one-on-one with that cohort of leaders. And so both through our grant making, through our professional development and technical assistance resources, we're really supporting or doing our best to support the nonprofit sector organizationally and individual leaders as well.
Thank you, Larry. It's so useful to understand what's out there and available to us, and that there is support out there. I know there's also the Grant Makers Rhode Island GCRI organization. Commerce RI, or Rhode Island Commerce, has a lot of resources. District Hall offers free kind of office hours as well. So I'm going to post all the links that we talked about in the chat, as well as my own company. I've created a For Women tab with resources on there. And there's been a number of other resources that people have mentioned to me, like Ladies Who Launch has a specific blog post with founder resources for LGBTQIA, the whole diverse population of women founders. There's lots of other funding resources out there beyond Rhode Island that Rhode Islanders can tap into as well. So thank you, all the attendees and all the panelists, for listening to our support stories and resources for women entrepreneurs here in Rhode Island. And let's do some networking.